What's going on, everybody? It's Frito here for Your Overwatch. Do I have big news for you? The Widow buff we deserved. We asked for it, exactly what I asked for in my Please Buff Widow video. Make Widow great again is being tested in the PTR. Now, obviously, when changes like this come out immediately, it's hard to see the ramifications of it. Does this all of a sudden break the entire game in another way? Is Widow a must-pick again? Has the sky fallen? My immediate response to this, in our opinion on the channel, is that Widow was in such a bad place that this can only help her viability. And in fact, my theory is Widow might be the key to knocking off the triple tank, triple support composition. You heard it here first, folks. I called the Widow buff month in advance, and I'm calling that Widow is the secret to dominating that comp because she has the mobility to take different angles. She's one of the best heroes to pick off Ana, who's key to that triple tank, triple support comp even working, and is so hard to get to with other dive characters that are basically shut down with all of the tankiness in front of them. I think Widow might, if nothing else, see a crucial bit of play against that comp specifically at the highest level if these changes go into effect. Now, I was so excited I forgot to even mention what the buff was. They increased her scope in animation from half a second to 0.3 seconds. This will just make her more dexterous, which is what she needed. But I still don't think she's going to be the best default DPS in the game again. I don't think this is necessarily good enough, but only time will tell. At the very least, this pushes Pharah down a peg again. Sorry, Pharah. And in my estimation, will punish Ana, who is a very unmobile character, and I feel even now, in the current live version of the game, Widow was a good way to deal with Ana directly. Now, Widow sucked against everything else, but Widow's playstyle at present can exploit Ana's playstyle, as long as you have the skill to be able to line up a perfect headshot on her. And let's face it, she moves pretty slow, and if she's scoped in herself, she moves even slower. She's good at taking her out. There may be other ramifications into the meta, but I think those are the two most obvious ones, and as this progresses, we will keep you guys informed. Now, one pet peeve I have about balance changes in Overwatch is they try to turn too many dials at once, and I don't mind it being on the PTR. I don't mind them testing it on the PTR, but oftentimes they take all of these changes straight into the live game, and oftentimes I feel that they're overdoing it. They're messing with too many variables at once and don't understand that you don't actually even need to do this much oftentimes, and that's how I feel about Ana. Now, Ana's power clearly was far too much. Nano boost obviously charged too fast, and also it's a problem that when Nano is on a target, they're able to build their own ult charge, which was the bigger issue I had, but ultimately at the end of the day, I think this ult change is fine. Making her ultimate take 20% more charge will make it feel like the Mercy ult nerf, I feel. It doesn't reduce its power, it just reduces the frequency that it comes up, and I think that's all they needed to do. I really wish they didn't change the biotic nade radius. The nade is so good and powerful and fun and rewarding to use, and I think even with 4 meters of space, it was difficult to hit more than 3 targets at a time anyway, and that's including teammates. Now that it's reduced down to 4, I think it's a bit too much because Ana's kit is so hard to use as it is. I think she's on a razor knife's edge of just being out of the meta entirely, and there's a big risk when you buff a direct counter to her and then start to chip away at her own value. I don't want to see Ana removed from the game, but I think we all agree, at least at the highest levels of play, triple tank, triple support doesn't have a good enough answer. I don't even necessarily mind that that comp exists, but I think the truth of the matter, what the pros found, the current answers that exist at the highest levels of play are awkward and aren't ultimately good for gameplay. But that doesn't mean we just try to knock Ana down too many pegs. The last change I think is also very good. Junkrat's Riptire animation activates more quickly now. At the start of the game, Riptire was amazing. As players master the maps and the travel paths that Riptire can come from, it's much more easily avoided. And the way Overwatch works is that ultimates have to get value, or at least have to have a potential to get value in order to justify the character pick alone. At the highest levels of play, if you can't get good ultimate value, the character's unplayable because so much of the game is wrapped up in the ability to snowball ultimates or to make big plays with them. So they have to be reliable enough for the character to stay viable at that level of play. And I think a change like this is a healthy one to institute. Rather than simply making something more powerful, which which say may have been needed with Mei's ult, because it went from something that was easily avoided to a playmaking opportunity. But I think the route that they should go down is in usability, not necessarily just buffing damage statistics, as that can easily cause problems elsewhere, or even changing the charge rate. Nano was too strong, drop the charge rate. If an ult is too weak, like the intentional design of Pulse Bomb from Tracer, it charges really fast, so you can get multiple in a game. Changing these variables is a more healthy way to not let things get out of hand. By the by, I recently just thought of this buff for Symmetra. What if her ultimate couldn't be destroyed? Because at lower levels of play, the teleporters weren't getting destroyed and are powerful anyway. At higher levels of play, they're too easily destroyed and are useless. If her teleporter wasn't able to be damaged and it guaranteed value, like most ults guarantee value to be honest, would that make Symmetra viable? Overpowered? What do you think? Is this another change that Blizzard might put in a month? Find out next on Your Overwatch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. We upload each and every day, so you're gonna want to subscribe for more. Follow us on Twitter for updates about the channel and our live streams. And oh, our live streams go live when our videos go live. So we stream just about every day that we post a video. Sometimes we miss a day, but it's usually 5 to 7 days out of the week. Let me know your guys' thoughts on all these changes in the PTR. That's been it for me. I've been Frito for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.